You want to know? How do I get my power? I'll tell you. Wealth, leaderboard, boosters, and tools. I found everything this game has to offer. Unlock your potential. Dive into those videos. The treasure is yours to find. The light ball theory.
The light ball theory changed the world forever. A new age was born. The great light ball era.
In the following sections, I introduce power-up control job. Alongside simple matches, power-up are the bread and butter of the game. They cause greater damage and often help us to achieve the specific control job we need. Once you are familiar with what each power-up could actually do, you'll add more tools in your toolbox of techniques. So when you need to set up a specific control job, you will know what kind of power-up to look for, or what kind of power-up to create to help you reach that goal. Section 2.2, here we go. Let's start with part 1, covering the rocket, TNT, and the light ball. The rocket is the most straightforward power-up. Depending on its orientation, it hits an entire row or an entire column. Let's see an example of what a rocket can do to trigger a control job. In this example, the horizontal rocket removes the red block between the propeller and the light ball, forming a light ball propeller combo, clearing the board. With this technique in mind, we don't have to rely on the game's blessing to form a rocket for us anymore. When we need one, we just go ahead and make our own rocket to reach our goal, like in the following example. Don't worry about how the rocket was created here. This is an advanced technique called chain match, which I'll cover in a later chapter. The key message here is, if you need a one grid job, we can make our own rocket to make things happen. Remember, a horizontal rocket hits the entire row. Distance doesn't matter. So we need to see further across the board. A rocket on the same row, even if far away from the target, can make the same effect as a nearby one. Here's another example. This example shows the principle behind fixing a level 3 light ball formation. Here, the rocket hits the entire row, causing everything above it to drop together. This kind of movement brings down the whole structure. That's exactly what we need to fix the level 3 light ball formation. And this idea is not limited to rockets only. A horizontal match can do the same thing, but within a limited range of 3 columns, like the following example. So, when we need to bring down a structure as a whole, we can either use a horizontal rocket or make a horizontal match below the structure within the column we want to drop. Alright, now let's see what TNT can do to trigger a control job. TNT has massive destructive power, and because of that, it often mistriggers nearby power-ups. That's exactly what we try to avoid when we are doing a control job. But once you are familiar with TNT's damage range, it can be used very effectively to perform large range control job. Something that's hard to achieve in other techniques. Like in this example, a TNT hits 2 rows and 2 columns around it. Including the row it occupies, it effectively creates a 5-grid control job. So, if your target object is positioned much higher than its target location, you can try to search or create a TNT to bring it down effectively, without causing too many moves. Now, let's open our mindset again. When you are very familiar with TNT's damage range, you can pull off some pretty cool magic tricks with TNT at the edge of the board. Let's take a look at following example of a 3-grid control job using TNT. this was a mind-blowing moment for me when I actually make it happen. And it really saved my game there. Enjoy the clip. Have a chance to drop by 3%. How about this? Oh my god, this is what a move! I used the TNT to do the... Wow, this is crazy. The dice really have some very wonderful moves. Let me take down the dice. Wow, use TNT to do the control drop by 3. Wow, what a night. What a night. Lastly, let's take a look at what a light ball can offer in control drop. A light ball is a precious resource, so it's usually a waste to trigger it directly instead of forming a light ball combo. But when you already have an extra light ball and there's no other way to make a combo, using one light ball like this example is totally worth it. So when the target object is separated from its target position by 1 or 2 same color blocks vertically, just use the light ball to wipe out the color and you'll get the job you need. In some extreme cases, if 2 different color blocks are in your way and you happen to have an extra super light ball, and if you have exhausted every other option but still can't find a solution, you may try using the super light ball to wipe out the 2 colors. You still have at least a theoretically 1 in 6 chance to make things happen. And if the situation is already really that desperate, why not just give it a try? It's totally alright to dream about it. You'll never know. It might just really work. This marks the end of this video. If you would like to learn more about light ball theory or want to watch more Royal Match highlights, please check out on my YouTube channel at 99 Light Ball Man. I also stream regularly on my light ball shows from Monday to Thursday, 11 PM Singapore time. Just some clean gameplays, some light ball fireworks, and some peace of mind before bedtime. See you in the next video. The light balls shine, the world 99. Bye bye.